Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Splatt. Okay, I lied, I didn't do the video straight after the following day. It has in fact been 5 days since New FIFA's Eve, 5 days of owning FIFA 12. I initially was going to do a video, the day I got it, giving first impressions and that sort of thing, but I realised that I needed time to let that gestate, and that the first impressions for this thing. This is the new FIFA that's going to be around for the next year. I think giving myself a week to form my first impressions is probably a fair amount of time. So FIFA 12. What do I think? I like it. To give you the short and simple. However, it is very, very difficult. Now, to give you an indication, I was previously playing on the hardest difficulty setting in FIFA 11, Legendary, and was, I was okay. I could beat pretty much every team. I was, I'd have to be a good team to beat them. Obviously, I managed to, beat teams like Real Madrid with Manchester United 4-2 on Legendary, which is not bad, I'd say. But basically, I was a very proficient FIFA 11 player. Not to blow my own trumpet. FIFA 12 comes along. They've changed a few key settings. I've dropped the difficulty setting down to professional, which is the very much the middle difficulty setting, and that feels about right at the moment whilst learning how to play. The three new features that they've got on about the first thing, the collision engine, the improved the improved collision engine is very good. I've been really impressed with it. I'll be honest. To be honest, it looks good. It it does improve the feel of those tackles or times when players run into each other or run past each other or just off each other, that sort of thing. It's pretty good. Not too many glitches with it. The only glitch I've sort of had is occasionally when a goal kick is being taken, two forwards from the opposite team, if whoever's taking the goal kick, will be on the floor having just fallen into each other or something. They'll both just get up quickly and then move away. So that's kind of weird. But that's the only one I've sort of found that's been very odd. But that's been really good. The precision dribbling is also very impressive. The ability of players to dribble past other players is something I always found quite difficult in previous FIFAs, but I'm finding I'm capable to do. I'm actually able to do it with some people in this game, which is quite good. Obviously, if you're playing as players who are supposed to be good at dribbling, your Messi's or your Cristiano Ronaldo's or Neymar, or those sorts of players, then obviously it's easier. But I'm finding I'm able to do it with people like Darren Fletcher, so it's quite good, and I think that bit's been very good. The tackling system is, of course, the most controversial and the one people don't like. So basically, instead of just holding down X or A if you're an Xbox player and just running in and taking the tackle, you've now got to try and you can't just run in and make the tackle, for starters. It's really difficult to just run in and do that. You've got to try and pressure them off the ball. You can either jockey them by holding down L2 and just sort of getting closer and closer to them, and then you make the tackle, or you can basically just sort of pressure them. Essentially, you could be basically hold down X, and your player will sort of go along with them. It's hard to do with hands. Basically, your player will just sort of block them running into the box and sort of try and keep up with them, and then you can hold down L2 to get closer, and then circle or square to make the tackle. Or you can just keep the pressure up, and another one of your players will retreat, and they will make the tackle, and then you've got possession, and off you go. It definitely makes the game more realistic. I've been back and played FIFA 11 just for a comparison back to FIFA 12, and I've even played FIFA 12 on the old FIFA 11 tackling system, which is something you can do in the menu, and it's in my own personal opinion, the new system is better. It's more realistic. Yes, it is very difficult, but people just have to keep going and trying to do it. That's what I'm doing, and I'm starting to get some results, which is quite nice. The career mode, though, is what I'm most impressed with. I'm really, really enjoying the career mode. I've taken over Manchester United to begin with, as I normally do. No doubt I'll take over a League Two side later, in the next couple of weeks or so. Someone like Accrington Stanley or Macclesfield Town or someone like that. The team I used to do it all the time, Stockport, sadly, are no longer in in Division 2, so can't play as them anymore. And Bury got promoted as well, so I may do Bury, who knows. Anyway, Manchester United's career mode, it's very interesting. It's definitely more in depth than FIFA 11. In fairness, that's not too hard, but I like what they've done. Obviously, you've still got to try and... First of all, you've got to try and put your best players in your squad for the big game. Then you've got to try, obviously, if those players are fit, then they can play. The morale system and the form system are also quite interesting. So, for example, I'm a couple of seasons in. I signed Neymar for Manchester United, so and sold Berbatov. So now my main strikers are Rooney, Hernandez, and Neymar. Now Rooney's a definite starter because his rating is fantastic. Hernandez and Neymar are both play a similar system in my Manchester United. We play 4-4-1-1, and Neymar/Hernandez play the one role of the quick off-running striker. Now, if they're both fit, I'm going to put Neymar in because his ranking's higher, and I feel that he does contribute more. But I noticed about halfway through the third season of having him is he wasn't getting that many goals when I quick sim matches, whereas Hernandez was, and it was because Hernandez's form was fantastic. So it was quite hard to leave Hernandez out, if you understand. And I only brought Neymar back in when Hernandez needed a rest. And you've got to try and balance people on form. And then there's morale, which is the really interesting one. Obviously, you've got your fringe players. Now, because of the people I'd signed at Manchester United, my fringe players suddenly became Darren Fletcher, Park Ji-sung and Antonio Valencia. And they became increasingly unhappy that they weren't getting games. And Valencia actually then went and requested a transfer, and he's now gone off somewhere. And but I wanted to keep Park and Fletcher, so I tried to play them in games that I thought it wouldn't be not the massive games, like games against Chelsea or Barcelona, that sort of thing. Games against Wigan and things like that, when I'm trying to rest the better players, that sort of thing. But obviously, then you get the ones that request, I want to play in the big games. It's very in depth, and also thankfully the players grow. As in terms of the stats, it's brilliant. I've been able to promote Fabio and Raphael from the two young fullbacks, because they're now both 80 and 81 overall at the age of 23, which is pretty good ratings for their age. They've come in and they've replaced Patrice Evra, and it's currently sort of vacant right back role. So they've been promoted and they're doing that very well. Anyway, I've talked for nearly 10 minutes now, and I like to keep it at a 10-minute limit. So, first impressions are that FIFA 12 is a very, very good game, and obviously no one's played Pro Evolution Soccer 2012 yet, but I would be very impressed with Pro Evo if it managed to match what FIFA 12 has done, what EA Sports have done with FIFA 12. It's pretty damn good. Okay, I'll talk to you all later. Maybe tomorrow, probably not. Who knows? Anyway, I will be trying to do these more regularly. I'm going to play this week. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. When I've got some spare time. Anyway, that's going to have to do. Okay, bye.